Before a Senate committee in Washington last week, U.S. Attorney General John Ashcroft pointed a finger at Canada's security.
We are working on plans to help provide greater security for our northern border, which has become a transit point for several individuals involved in terrorism.
Since September 11th, the subject has now become a top priority in U.S. diplomacy.
Doesn't mean we have to be exactly the same, but I think the more common the immigration and refugee laws are, the easier it will be to have this perimeter that will protect both countries.
But Canadian immigration specialist Professor Howard Edelman says it's simply inaccurate to single out Canada as a security sieve. It's a two-way problem.
It's been a false lead and a red herring about the security issue that we have very porous entries and they don't, and they're all tight. The fact is both of us are very porous.
In fact, for years now, Canadians have been pressing Americans to pay attention to border issues. If Canada and the U.S. formed a common front with identical or at least very similar standards for entry into North America, the continent could be turned into a fortress. Ironically, the terrorist attacks came at a time when Ottawa and Washington had been working their way towards security cooperation outside our own countries, on the so-called perimeter.
We got together and developed plans to push our checking system out beyond our borders so that we can try to intercept harm before it gets to our borders.
Canada's worry in signing on to a North American immigration and refugee policy is this. Would it retain essentially made in Canada ideals and values, or given the clout of our negotiating partner, would it be the other way around?
There's a real worry, because politicians will think, oh, well, they appear not to be protecting Canada from the States again, and our latent anti-Americanism comes out, and therefore they're a threat to us.